relentless throughout this run. And now their final challenger. Best of 5. Will it go the distance? Will it be just 3? Who knows? But for now, it's Durka taking those first couple of steps.
Actually, Redguard takes a tag here, so he's got to be careful of the paint shell following through. He has the TP away from it. Fnatic applying a little bit of pressure, though. No scrambled rotation coming through just yet, and a fair bit of utility burns up, actually. Redguard actually greets them here. Boaster and Durka drifting through the poison orb.
Yeah, and what do you do if you're Leo? You're trying to keep your life more than anything, and you've been overwhelmed. Trade for Alpha, but by now they're left in tatters, just down to Chronicle and him. And keep in mind, Chronicle's on the other side of the map, so unless something incredible happens here, this is looking wrapped up in round 1. But again, let Chronicle cook a little here. How much space can he take? The pause is enough to at least keep them guessing here, and you can already see Soulcast.
He's conscious, but I don't think he's, well, maybe actually here, coming back through to clear heaven.
Oh,
Chronicle
but
gets the better of him, though.
Yeah, okay,
Not a single
Soulcast.
tag.
He didn't take any damage. And now they've got a pretty decent post plant. This is something out of nothing. This is a 2v4. And they got some ground to cover. Redguard's going to be a minute or 2 to get there. He can try and apply some pressure.
Has the one smoke down to 8 HP, but Safe still has the paint shells and the boombot available here. It's definitely doable. Redguard actually giving away his position, I think, slightly. Chronicle's going to have heard that.
Yeah, going to pop the wall. Back on up, look for maybe a fair fight. And it looks like Yampi's the target! A clean pick for Chronicle. Oh, the second! Chronicle, beautiful work!
Still got the snake bite to stall as well, Lauren. The time is ticking away for Safe.
Only down to that paint shell now. Boombot used, going to post it and hope for the best and pray! And no one's answering! Fnatic instantly put themselves on the board in an obscene pistol round.
But it's been a 2v4. That was absolute madness.
It started like this!
Even here, this is a massive overextension, but I think they've missed the timing here to try and actually get themselves onto C. So dicey for Soulcast. At the timing here on Yampi, I think he's expecting it to fully reset, but like I said, Redguard being down to 8 HP, giving away his position as well, sets up Chronicle for success here.
Bloody hell, what a start to things. And now Fnatic reaping the benefits, right? You've got that Vandal on Boasty, you've got it on Chronicle, they've got a nice little buy behind it. On the other side, Ghosts and a little bit of Pandemonium, but really to no end. I think Redguard just got spotted too. Yeah, that's being sent. Have fun, catch that. Any damage? No, Durka's gonna get it. Paintshot did find. That's about it so far. Leo took a little bit of damage too, but as it stands, nothing to report here for Liquid.
Very proactive, actually spread thin here, Yampi. Crisp on the first, Leo will fall. A 3v2 now, but Safe and Yampi only on Ghosts. 3 rifles actually in the hands of Fnatic. A little bit of space or time left in this rotation as well. Yampi's going to have to give his position away slightly by dealing with the door. What can they get done here, Lauren?
Spike planted.
This is tricky with so little kit on them. And the big issue is it's all the rifles left, right? A little bit of chip damage, but Alpha now notes Safe's presence. There's not much opportunity even from that door. No, yeah, it's been watched. Fnatic sitting very patiently in this post plant. Super keen, not allowing any issues to amount, and yeah, Safe can maybe get towards the site. But now, yeah, you've still got Killjoy standing and Viper. So not a fun post plant to try and handle.
Absolutely not. I think Safe just probably trying to bait somebody in, but with 3 rifles, Fnatic shouldn't overstep the mark here. Just want to see them falling back now. Yeah, with the gravity roll. Maybe somebody just looking for one more ult orb towards something. Again, Chronicle within touching distance of the pit already. I guess we can get into the conversation now about this veto. It's obviously statistically, you can scroll for days and Fnatic sit at the top at most of those statistics, but coming to this to start on Lotus, I had some real concerns. I hit this on the desk yesterday, and I think if we keep ourselves in the correct mindset, yes, there was a big comeback there, but the way that Liquid have adapted to this Killjoy composition, I still have lots of questions. I think Fnatic are the kryptonite to that. They're the ones to almost exploit it, because there's a massive overinvestment from both of the, I don't want to say dedicated anchors, but expected anchors in the form of Yampi and Nats. A number of times we've seen them concede first deaths and dump all of their utility. And against Foot, I mean, time and time again, it was just that death ball approach that then if you don't have the stall, you don't have anybody to lock down a site. It becomes very difficult. I think expecting potentially a jump peek here, but Soulcast and Nats. It's not often you see Soulcast in this position, actually, to play alongside Nats.
No, a little bit of a switch up there, and it's worked quite well, because it looked like Fnatic were almost going to go for like a little bit of a dry contact piece like that. I don't love that from Boaster. Yeah, it felt like they were going to go for something, but the Prowler working really well for Soulcast in that, kind of revealing how close Boaster had managed. But it's a quick pivot towards the other side, and this is when it's going to be Redgar on a platter. He needs to be very aware of this. Needs to almost already deliver, and he does! 3 huge kills! Incredible work from Redgar. Zero right to do that much damage, and Safe's already here, so all of those opportunities for Leo have dwindled.
30 seconds left.
Might even get caught here by Nats. He seems to be aware. Does still get the kill, and actually, didn't take too much damage. 90 HP, but 3 left to find, 20 seconds left on the clock. Not seeming doable for him here.
He's got a fair fight on this until then. Yeah, Safe stayed back, but hey, Redgar, what a round from him.
Yeah, big bailout. Just as Fnatic are stacking up towards this A site hit. Well, he's setting up once again, potentially, to get in position for it. Lucky here, just perfect placement on the tracers. Boaster just coming forward to try and remove some of that utility. Which again, if that is what I've got my eyes on here. Is quite often Yampi's playing ahead of it. It's not used to kind of take late contact on a site or catch potentially a mid-round audible towards B. There's been a few times where it's spread very thin and it's there's no contact play on the back of it. At least here, I'm seeing the same setup once again, and that's a huge positive in my eyes. Looks like Liquid have actually fixed that on the fly.
I like that. This is a lot of work for Nats, though. Yes, they've been able to kind of invest Redgar back to where it was. It does buy a little bit of time, though. And they're going to try and speed up the pace a little bit here for Fnatic. Correct call on that, but let's see if they can break that back of the site. Boaster taking a lot of chip on the way down to 48, but did have at least a shot towards CT. No one seemed to respect it or even look his way. So it's Durka to deliver, takes down Soulcast, but Yampi answers right on back in. 2 big kills found, and they can push back towards the site if they want to. Alpha, does he find a little unexpected timing? No, he will have to reveal position.
Correct Chronicle is though. He's got himself into the backside of B, and Leo's trying to regroup with him now. 3 coming through that C connector. Chronicle has to find something here just to get back behind them, Lauren.
That would be incredible if he can, but I wonder if they've lost the timing now on the site. He would have to kind of knife out go. Nats is already getting paranoid. He's reading it perfectly here. Yeah, lovely work from Nats. Great intuition just to make sure they hadn't noted Chronicle. Maybe a little curious as to where he'd got to, and they read it correct. Lovely work from Liquid, and a beautiful hold on the site, actually.
Yeah, really well played, and already seeing positives in the adjustments, the slight adjustments being made here by Liquid. I'm not Fnatic. I don't know how early the timeout will come, but we certainly need a different approach. I think last time as well, we were commenting on how scrappy things started out.
Yes.
And the scoreline really not reflecting, I think, how close some of the rounds were, but it was Liquid to take the early lead on Lotus. I think actually coming out of a timeout was when Fnatic were able to stabilize, adjust the game plan accordingly, but there's a few different things from Liquid here that certainly need addressing here. Showstopper available, Viper's Pit and the Nightfall, but with the weaponry here, doubting the investment.
Smoke goes in. That's gonna keep Fnatic at bay for a little longer. What's this ratty little thing? It's just with the back of the wall.
Yeah, back rubble. Well, does that land top, actually?
If it lands top, that's very nice. I think one went to the back last round, so I'm wondering if it's the same one. Yeah, same as the last one. But Redgar's position, he makes no subtlety of this, really, but he's still a nuisance to get past. Cycling through the smokes, he does have support in the form of Safe. It's not like he's alone on this endeavor. So once again, early round, Fnatic really not getting much play into this. No chip damage done massively, a little bit of something towards Safe, but it's barely big enough to report. So it's a lean back towards B, putting the pressure towards Yampi. Alpha!
Just deletes him.
That's nasty. Quick clear towards the door and notes no one off the back of it, so they should be able to get a free plant.
30 seconds
Boaster opens up an avenue to close around this side, trying to defend this plant.
It's gone down on B, though. This is huge for Fnatic. And a 4v4, and they've got the showstopper to play inside it.
Couldn't quite snap back in time to find Alpha, who's having a belting round already. Soulcast wants to close that gap if he can, but Nats needs to brave what's in front of him. Walk in the pit. Soulcast does find his target. That was Alpha, down to a 2v2 now. Tough part. Chronicle still standing. They're You're going to hear this and back away. Durka just protecting that spike plant. No one's there. They burnt the, I guess they burned through a lot of their ults on this one, so hey,
but
for Liquid.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, positive for Liquid, but this is a swing round. This is for Fnatic to get back in a comfortable financial position. I mean, Leo brought down to 650 there, so the plant and the round win is actually huge. I was questioning whether or not the investment was going to come. It's on the back of just one kill. But like I said, that kill comes on B, where Yampi's committing to an engagement ahead of his utility. It's not to take contact. He's holding that angle. And when you've got the pit and the showstopper, you can lock down B site so easily. Yeah, I'm seeing this a number of times now. Nats is kind of dedicated to the solo anchor this time. Safe Durka actually way ahead of the curve here.
Supposed to not got a gun.
Oh no.
Has he forgotten to buy again?
I can't remember the last time we saw one of them actually. It was in overtime or something, a lock-in.
Oh dear, Chronicle's gone down. Another smoke cycled in, and the support system different this time. It was safe before. This time it was Soulcast, and actually Leo finding both of them. Big win on one of the extremities. Still advantageous towards Liquid with 3 of them alive. Alpha and Leo have to try and navigate the path.
Ultimate's available here for Liquid if they do want to try and secure this, or have to invest something to secure it. So he saves here with the showstopper. If he's feeling the heat, might just look to close this one out. Leo down to 45 HP though, so
Where are you?
will be noted here at least with the reveal.
And there it is, felt the pressure.
He's locked in with the C's. Can't
Nice
actually
little
close
way
the
to use
gap.
it. Yep. Fnatic just having to respect this, but time is starting to run low. Does go in, doesn't get what he wants. So second attempt now. Nice work from Leo there to draw that out. Safe just running through the utility basically. Satchel actually kind of dropped the ball there. Yeah, Leo gets given a free pass.
Alpha's got a lockdown. Yampi does as well, but I was talking about the investment potentially. If Yampi finds something on the flank here, it could fall apart for Fnatic.
Let's see how close he gets. Leo, did he spot him there?
Run.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he did. He had no idea. He did not see Leo then. And now Leo's just left to try and fight it out. The shorty flies in. He goes down. Great trade work from Alpha. Oh, can he adjust? Yes, he can! Fnatic again!
Flipping the disadvantage once again.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, and Liquid have to pump the brakes because that's 2 rounds now that Fnatic have no right to turn that back.
They bail out a couple of big kills, and then the round still just falls away from them. Cosmic Divide is there for Boaster, but on the other side,
The Vandal's
plenty
there
of
for
ults.
Boaster.
Honestly, that's more important to note at this juncture. Yeah, not a kill yet though, so don't worry.
I didn't hear Yinsu scream. Soulcast seeing a ton of damage.
Durka's, I'm pretty sure he's seen him too.
Yeah,
So they should have known that.
Exactly.
They've
Yampi
won this out
already,
so early.
yeah, Yampi's rotated very early on. Safe's trying to pick up the slack. I think that's actually intended to deal with the alarm bot, to be honest with you, not to force a player off a position. Well, Yampi has actually switched up. I mean, you see Nats now anchoring towards tree and Redguard to hold down the fort on C.
Much different look.
Yeah, Liquid looking to absorb this A site hit, to be honest with you.
Safe. Now on red alert. A lot of utility, but towards him here.
You definitely don't want to stay when Fnatic have an Odin as well.
No, the paint shell should at least keep him safe for a little bit longer. Nightfall going to go in, I think at least maybe 2, maybe 3, and they counter-aggress. They get back into the fight here. Liquid taking a little bit of space off Fnatic, but Leo's going to find Nats here. And again, we'll see the same questions arise. It's a 3v4. They've held off that A hit well. Do they leave another advantageous round?
Redguard can't die here.
I mean, he's got 3 players and no one's near him. He's dead. Is this happening again? This is going to be gutting.
Leo's got the ult now as well.
Face your fear.
And that confirms it, yeah. No one's nearby. Yeah, lockdown, sure, but they're already looking for that fight deeper. Alpha finding safe is perfect. Slip back in here.
More importantly, the lockdown doesn't actually clear sight, and Fnatic have taken the space towards spawn. Yampi on the flank here, but Liquid are very split on this approach.
Soulcast has a little bit of utility, but again, he's got a challenge straight away. Does he want to try and use it there? He might need to now, because Yampi needs that support. Starting to take those first couple of steps, but down to a 2v2. Utility in the way. slows any attempt, and you can see the instant sitting deeper here. Alpha and Leo giving them no quarter in this. Yampy might be able to close the gap, but time is starting to tick away from him. Turret finds contact, he looks towards the second piece. Perfect read from Alpha, overwhelmed by Yampy, and now Leo needs to play the clock. There's that utility. It reveals nothing. It doesn't give him away. This is what he needed, and the fight happens. And Fnatic flip it again.
Wow. I mean, I was talking about this briefly on the desk. The overcommitment to some engagements in the late round on the defense from Liquid have been their demise repeatedly. Again, the ultimate here just clears so much space for Alpha to get ahead of the rotation, catch the timing, maybe then take advantage of Machi being split as well.
It feels like part of this early round is won out by Liquid so often, even though it looks really precarious, right? But they come away with an advantage situation. They deal with the initial work, whatever it may be. But the amount of times Fnatic now are finding their footing back in here is gutting. This is a very hard game to play and watch. Soulcast, the only one with the rifle. Guardian out for Yampy, and then Sheriff's outside of that, and one Ghost for Nats. But see Chronicle methodically taken up towards that A site. Soulcast this time sitting a little deeper, being a bit more cautious now that Odin's come out to play.
Only got a Sheriff. Pulled off a miracle from here previously, but Alpha's not entertaining it just yet. Fnatic actually clearing through outside B site. Whilst Durka's still...
You want to fight it?
Trying to nearly actually catch it.
Yeah, that's not going to work, is it? And he actually snapped his Soulcast too. Nats, come off it! Finding two massive kills when he had 0 right to. Safe trying to get a little proactive on this. Keep on their toes. Spikes on the run towards C. They want none of that sort of messiness that was happening. Don't allow an opportunity as Nats looking a little bit more dangerous here after that damage off the pistol. But once again, Fnatic find themselves a comfortable post-plant. 3 alive. Lots of util to burn through if they needed to.
Yep, got a star down and 2 nano swarms. So here was a save round for Liquid, so Nats wants to try and chip away at this cushion that Fnatic have developed already. The time ticking away, and again, there's so many safety nets, contingencies here for Fnatic in the post plant to make it as difficult as possible for him.
I think he's starting to realize the penny's dropping. No one's giving me a fight. No one's doing anything. Let's see what I can achieve. Taking one down. No more to be had. There it is. Okay, so try to chip away at the economy in the end. That was the only real option. As said, that post plant was pretty much wrapped by the time they had all that utility just bedded over it. It got a little messy, sure, but it never felt like Fnatic are losing control in this.
No, and just to note as well, since we've had this adjustment of Nats coming across to A site alongside Soulcast and Yampy actually picking up the slack inside the connector here behind the broken door, especially once that Odin comes in for Chronicle, you just can't hold behind the door. You really can't. With tools like the Prowler, the Boombot, anything like that, once that information is confirmed, it's such a confined space that the spam is just so easy.
Let's repeat here. An attempt made. Damage done back though, so almost walking away square even.
Yeah, the counter spam actually coming. So Durka down to 74 and Nats down to 83, so a little bit of chip damage, yes. But look at the adjustment now.
They're exploiting middle so well.
Yeah, look at the adjustment in the Killjoy utility. The alarm bot's protecting a lurk through A, and we've still got 3 players there. There's nothing to take contact in B other than the turret.
I just, as it stands, Fnatic feel like they have the perfect approach to this. And there it is. B-side's all theirs. Cool. Plant should be coming in.
Lockdown post-plant as well.
Lovely. Couldn't ask for much more here. Yampy, just about as useful as a chocolate teapot in this. What was he meant to do?
Alpha's got his hands full though. Well, both are going to pick it up now. There's 2 flanking through. Chronicle still positioned outside rubble. What can Safe and Redguard do?
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
0 between the turret and booster.
I mean,
it's
that's a
done
save.
enough.
It should be a save call immediately for Liquid.
They've got to find an answer to this. Liquid are just being manipulated around this map. Again, Fnatic show early intent towards maybe a long little bit of presence towards it, wherever it is, but this fold back in towards B has been working so well. Yes, they deny Chronicle. It's not the end of the world really at this point. Liquid need a round.
Yeah, they
desperately need
and
a
the problem
round.
being that the weak part of Liquid's Lotus game has been retakes. They sit at about a 22% success rate. They need to stop the spike from going down.
Yep.
There needs to be pressure on the extremities. Again, leave one of these anchors and dedicate them to anchoring. There's not enough achieved in the early round by Liquid to even throw Fnatic off. Even in the rounds where you have a bailout, Redgar 3K, you have Nats coming through and finding 2 kills.
Yep.
Lenny Toretto coming in hot, baby.
Another one for the montage.
Of course, you must collect them. And once again, you could always then argue Fnatic, and when they feel like that adjustment may come in, they can always lean back into a full site take, but a little difference here on the KJ setup as well. Lambot over towards B, but it's pressure. And now let's see if they can deal with it. Big reveal there, big paranoia, big kill coming in from Redgar. Finds Durka. They've handled this aggression for now. Now it's that secondary step that's worked well for Fnatic though, that lean back towards B, that late take towards C. Now we can see if they can adjust in time. Can they keep toe-to-toe with what Fnatic are doing?
That's in a semi-committed position here with an Odin playing off the turret contact. It doesn't actually have any utility in the choke point. Soulcast is coming across here. Chronicle will try and get one away from the pit.
You should
Alpha's lockdown is going to force them out here. I'm conscious of a setup actually that catches the top left corner of this. If either Nats or Soulcast try and commit to it.
Well, Nats is there. Nothing to make him have issue yet. The site wasn't fully taken until now, so the cross gets punished. Boaster and Chronicle lazily strolling on up, and they get caught on the way. Nats not checked.
I mean, the stun was actually put in this corner, but without a smoke here, Nats can just step out of the way, still catch the cross.
And the spike just being left on the side there makes it so difficult. They're gonna have to try and find a different way. Double stack on both parts of this site, basically. 2 towards CT, 2 towards connector, and 1 slowly creeping around. That's gonna be Redgar.
One enemy remaining.
And yeah, a little bit of damage, okay, but Leo's gonna need to pull off, what, an ace, basically, at this point, or?
In 7 seconds.
Yeah, probably not gonna happen here. No, there's that eventual slow creeping death from Redgar. And again, I felt like Fnatic took some of the correct steps there, but Liquid got away with having Nats in a position like that for way too long.
I feel like this was a pretty lazy hit, to be honest with you. But yeah, the stun comes through. I'm not sure if there's a lack of utility or whether or not, initially with this site hit, you can see here the stun comes through, but Nats just steps out. There's no smoke covering. Nobody's swinging with the stun.
Yeah.
The timing's just completely off here. Maybe if Durka's alive there, there's a seize
maybe
day
that's
combo
the, yeah.
or something. But yeah, a little bit off kilter there with that C-site hit.
Oh,
Chronicle
dear.
off the rip finds Soulcast.
Soulcast getting bullied, and they've worked it out. Fnatic, they didn't like what they just saw, and
Face
in the
change.
space of a round, they've got him dead, basically.
Yeah.
Now Durka 1 away from the ult as well. Yampy, that's a little ambitious here, mate. Leo. Ugh.
It's down to 1 with the decay
Even
taking
the
effect.
crowd feeling
Yeah.
that. They're like, oh. 1 HP.
Poison's off.
Gets to slip away in time, so he does get to go back up to, a reasonable amount of HP, but how much further can he creep? Gets the angle, but loses his HP again. Yampy is having a horrible day at the office here, and Fnatic just switching gear, it feels like. The difference of caliber already being shown. The fact that the space of a round, they feel like maybe, okay, that was a good adjustment towards, them pushing out, taking a long control. Let's deal with that now. It's an instant call.
I think Liquid have... Yeah.
Oh, that's me, good man. He still does it.
I think since this comm change as well, it's been difficult to see what plans Liquid have around safe in the early round. It's Redgar TPing forward. It's again, I'm not sure if we're missing it off screen, but how many times have we seen the C's and the nade invested here? This time, hopefully, with... Well, Safe going to catch him with Operator. That's the answer in this round.
Just heard that pop as well. Safe trying to close in, sends it. Ooh, just went on by. But that's first blood drawn, right? They've won the battle out this time, willing to scrap towards A long. But these pivots back towards B have been working really well. This time, different setup though. Does Do we see Yampy punished again, or does he play cool this time? Does he sit a little deeper?
In the same angle once again, but adjustment of utility and the boombot actually to come through.
Nice.
Spot the whereabouts of Fnatic.
Them.
Avoids the C's.
Where are you?
Actually, Fnatic going to try and slip through to C potentially with this. I mean, Nat's back's right off the choke point, and it's drawn Yampy as well.
Yeah, they're looking for
Double face,
options. Yeah, they were trying basically everywhere here, pulling them apart, but safe on the cross. They need to hear him to land those shots. He knows they're coming his way. Spots another, takes another. Lovely.
Down B.
And now Alpha.
I got the spike.
4 more players. Ugh, not gonna happen. Okay, we've got a half. We've got a half. It felt like we weren't gonna have a half,
I
but
mean,
here we are.
That's the best of a bad situation
Yeah.
for Liquid, to be honest with
Yeah.
you, to come out of that half. The attacking side being their favoured half, but yeah, it's a tall order. It starts with a pistol hit. Liquid very quickly, 120 on the clock, set up outside of C site. Monaco has 2 snake bites here, a little bit of complementary utility as well, but has to respect it, takes a little bit of chip damage.
Okay, Sport's on the way. Still not crossed safely enough to get the plant down just yet, so keep in mind that there's still threat here. Spam's done, I mean, look at the HP. They're starting to get a little low on this. And there's the push. Nats takes the space right on back, takes it away from Chronicle. The trade was there, so the plant doesn't go down yet. And the second time of asking, it should be there.
Safe looking to get aggressive as well here. Leo and Alpha, close proximity. Yampy actually planted the seeds of a flank coming through. Durka finds Soulcast with a paint shell.
Paint shell, I don't think he thought he was going to come back down that way.
One enemy
And now
remaining.
down to Boaster.
He's trying to get just the edge of the spike here.
He's heard the other, but he's just not going to get a comfortable fight. Oh, good damage. Paint shell going to come out, trying to draw that away. 28 HP. This is going to need a lot of work here. Looks to
enemy
Yampy.
remaining.
Work on him.
Not like
He's
this.
trying.
Surely not.
You're going to check this, right? You're going to check
Oh.
this. Bloody hell, that got close. I thought there was no way that that was going to even become a problem.
The mind games there, safe down to 16 HP. It's seen on the first half.
Yep.
And Boaster sticks it through. A great read of the situation. Liquid find their 5th. Themselves on the board here in the second half. It's even Alpha here. A perfect time as well for Yampy just to show presence and create that paranoia that there's going to be alert coming through. And 4 on the pistol for safe as well.
Huge. Nice to see him activated here nice and early. And a hyper-aggressive beginning. It's 2 sheriffs, one's just gone. Oh,
Oh, Red Girl's 5 HP.
oh,
Oh.
oh, run away. And that's a bulldog.
Yeah.
Right. Unfortunately, for the other side though, Alpha was also low. So Nats was able to capture him, and we're down to 3. But what can Durka do with that bulldog? Nats, the position is great. He knows that Durka was slightly further ahead, but actually this readjust from Leo could be an issue. It is. Oh dear. It's all going a little wonky. Safe the one to try and secure. How much damage can Durka do here?
If he gets an opportunity to play exits. Red Girl 5 HP. They're going to be scrambling to get out of sight here with the clock ticking. Yeah, Red Girl's trying to go and get one of those rifles.
Yeah, may want it, but you ain't gonna get it. Okay. But this is costly as hell, considering I think that was 2 sheriffs and that was it. Woof! Big amount of damage done.
Force out the armor repurchase as well for safe.
Even in your wins, it feels like Fnatic get the better of you. It's mad.
Nats and safe encroaching on their ultimates here. Probably ride this through with a couple of shit, I'm hoping. Red Girl,
Oh, there he is.
he's back in the koi game.
But if he's having fun, you know,
Yeah,
that's all that really matters.
I just want to see him smiling.
Honestly.
He'll pop off now and get 3K with it.
Yeah, and then you're just a bully, nasty bully. Okay. Looks like a pretty clear intention. Oh, Durka wins that against Nats.
Apparently.
And now there's a problem. They've got 4 players on P, and nowhere else to go to. You could fall back blindly, sure.
Yeah, the problem is they have to re-clear so much of the map.
How much utility do they even have to do this? Or do they just risk it and have to, no, I guess risk it, right?
But neither of Redgar's smokes are there just yet. Safe will be noted. And look at Boaster's position.
And look at his gun.
Yeah, he's literally looking to play anti-plant once again. So Chronicle doing the same thing as well with the snake bites. But this is going to be the approach for Fnatic here for some of these late round hits on C.
Blocking vision.
The Bucky didn't look great, but that's gone quite well. Eventually overwhelmed by Yampy, but the site isn't safe. The spike's gone down. Durka slides in,
30
and it's all on safe. Oh dear.
Be careful, he's 10 HP.
Yeah, a little maybe overzealous for that one. Didn't have to die for it. Another clean fight. What are you doing? Fnatic, you're giving him an opportunity here, and this man needs no chances given. Paint shell back online for him. Tries to post it. Did he catch an audio cue from it? Nah, the angle from Alpha. Too many targets to worry about in the end, but got a little nervous seeing that.
Yeah, another 10, 15 seconds. Let Safe work on it.
Yeah.
Potential to close that one out, but it's costly. Fnatic lose a lot here. Post at this point. The boom bot just makes the spray control just a little bit harder.
Just a little bit.
Fnatic, I think, will be able to get rifles back on the board at least. It should be coming close to potentially Boaster and Durka's ultimate, yeah. Liquid lagging behind a little bit, actually. A little more top-heavy for them in the second half so far.
Called it. There's that online for Durka, so he's going to be a man to avoid, basically, if you can, this round. On the other side, Soulcast still trying to build towards his 2 off. Wow.
It's a 3-man stack towards
Yeah.
C. They're expecting Liquid to drift very quickly towards this hit, but it doesn't come through. Maybe on the back of Durka being completely uncontested for this orb. But now he's in a deadly position.
Does that catch on someone? No. Okay, so they just avoided the Prowler, so that might give him a nice little window to work towards, but you still are going towards the Danger Man himself. You got Durka waiting here. Leo just sat around the corner. He's not completely backed away either.
Leo's utility as well.
Yeah.
So a real chance to slow things down.
I don't know what Liquid are up to yet. This feels... They're leaving so much to chance here. They hadn't drawn away too much of the utility. They've gone back towards this C hit. And just going to let Safe lead the way. Can they find the player they need? Oh, it felt like a little bit of a waste, but a 1-for-1 trade out, but the site is theirs. Spike not fully crossed over just yet. Speaking of crossing paths in the smoke. And now with a push towards CT, Safe is securing this one. Leo's gone down. And leaving just Durka alive. A 1v3 now. I've told you a couple of tales in the past, a couple of stories, fables.
How does this one end?
Probably a save.
Yeah, he saves, yeah.
Did you select his weaponry today?
No, you see, he's still running the skins from the other day, actually.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
I see he was a fan.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. A man of taste.
I just hate seeing him use the Phantom.
It just doesn't feel right to me.
No.
It doesn't suit.
Might actually get a chance for an exit here. The pings are coming through from Liquid, but Redgar's...
He's close. And Redgar does do weird things sometimes.
Durka's foaming at the mouth here.
Yeah,
in
he's
this.
like, I know you're here. I... Does he do it? Does he do Durka? No, okay. He's not going to go too far. Yeah, keeping all of that is valuable enough. That's fair. 7 to 9. Okay. That early round, Mike. I mean, I guess if anything, yes, they dismantled that stack that was on C, sure, but it just felt very strange that we saw that kind of drifting default across the map.
It starts.
I can't give it that.
And so it begins. While they're still trailing Fnatic.
But yeah, it's a bit unfortunate for Fnatic. I mean, Alpha still staring down a C as a showstopper, able to get away with one. And Nancy can't retreat away from this. Beautiful shot from Redgar.
That was a
Alpha
stunner.
just hoping to get ahead of that reveal. But pinged at the last second.
That was a very nice shot. Do they see a vulnerability they want to explore, which is Redgar? Yeah, I think he's like, there's a lot of utility behind that, and they shouldn't have much. I think I'm going to dip away, actually. So falls off this, but it does become incredibly telling that Liquid are going towards A, and they need to get a bit of a wiggle on here because Red Guards could be in a whole lot of trouble.
So it's basically in round 2 with the 3-2 split across C and B. Got holding the flank here, and Chronicle will punish.
The audio, just
None
the
the
baited
wiser.
in. Here, the steps on the sand, they turn, and you see the nice little crunch there. That's another rifle to hand. That suddenly made this buy a little bit more dangerous.
Cosmic Divide, Nightfall, Showstopper available.
But I like that they've held space towards CT. Just the fact that they've held this space down, I don't know how much Boaster can do from here, but he's seen so much, and the sight's now theirs. Durka has to get away from that spike. He cannot sit towards this. That's gonna find Leo, and Liquid holding this really well. This was getting dangerous for a while. That's much better from them.
Well contained. Again, being proactive once again towards spawn. This time as 4, 2 up the rope and 2 through the archway.
Thank God, because imagine, again, it's Boaster there, I think, with just like a Guardian or something, but still, he's holding a lot of that room. They wouldn't have been able to be as safe towards you, playing back towards the side. It's very well done to them to do that with intent.
Just a few available there.
Yep.
So there's Nightfall, Showstopper, Cosmic Divide, and actually Alpha and Chronicle one away from there. So a huge advantage for Fnatic in that regard. But Liquid have the pit and the lockdown. So they have the ability to clear a site and secure it in a post plant.
Oh, what do they go for then? This is a lovely little conundrum these teams now have. Probably why the timeout's called, to really run through those options of what they could work with here.
Well, yeah, this basically becomes a must-win for Fnatic because they're tapped out financially behind this.
Oh, but so many tools to work with. Where do they do? What do they do with this one? I'm kind of interested. And again, we saw Nats being bullied in the last game, especially on this side. He was dealt with, and I wonder if that's something they explore here. Is a 4-play stack towards A for Fnatic. They are looking to take that space with players behind it. Liquid in no hurry, particularly. Still have their own lockdown. Still have obviously Nats with the Viper's Pit as well. And all of that to push up Boaster, Durka to this position.
This is the deadly combo though. Chronicle drifting across to help Boaster, and with that Odin, the snake bite can be absolutely deadly.
That's
Showstopper
the
going
play
to be
there.
invested here.
Soulcast down.
Yeah. Overstayed is welcome just a little bit, and he's punished for it.
Yep. Now they're going to respond with a lockdown. But are they prepared? No. Okay, I was looking to see if Boaster was actually going to try and stick around on this or fully fall away. It looks like he is going to commit towards that corner. He's going to have a fight on it. Pain Shell's gone in. Does not find what they want, actually. Boaster's been given a chance here. Spam comes in. Does he get the connection? A little bit of damage, but it's not that much. And the spike's now down. So even with 4 players live, they're happy with this one, Liquid.
Lockdown should cancel out the pit though. Safe goes. Actually, no, it's Durka to fall. Safe even dip back in onto that one. Red Guard gets the TP cancel, he's back outside, but Alpha punishes.
He's too aware, and the defuse isn't stopping. They need to check this. They already had to check this. A fumble made. Oh, an Alpha. He could feel the breath down the back of his neck, and Safe gets sliced.
Been a while since we've seen one of those.
Yeah.
Obviously confirmed by the Seas. Yeah, this costs an awful lot. I mean, like I said, it feels like a must-win, but the big benefit being both of Liquid's big execute-oriented ultimates burnt up here. Safe 2 away from the Showstopper, but that's about it.
The desk slam into the wave. Oh, the absolute range of emotions. But 8 to 10, it's given them a lifeline.
Sorry, just look at the contrast here, the freedom that Fnatic have on the defense towards Rubble.
Every round, Durka's there. If you want it, that is. Yes, they go for, last round I think it was like 4 players to try and facilitate it, sure, but they leave 2 there and they seem perfectly comfortable. They don't have to overexpend utility.
I think this is paranoia from the number of times Nats was punished in that position previously. There's a real lack of focus on the side of Liquid. And we're down to a minute now, and I mean, looks like the spawn barrier's just dropped.
Yeah, that does. Late exchange of util. And player spotted. Okay, Safe gonna take those first couple of steps. Does he close the gap? No. Holds for a second. Fnatic respect it, sit deeper. They're gonna take the long way back around towards site. They're not committing here. Where the hell
Liquid drifting back away once again. But Redgar and Yampi haven't necessarily found any tangibles here in the lurk.
No, there's not been any massive gains in this. Okay.
30
Turret
seconds left.
dealt with. Alpha spotted, but it's a C site take. This time around, stuck towards the back, it's going to be Chronicle.
Yampi's followed through though on this lurk.
Oh, he has Yampy. Oh, he couldn't quite catch Leo. So Yampy has to kind of sit a little deeper now. He knows he's a problem. Nightfall going to come in, spam comes out. Soulcast! He's barely breathing, but he's still standing. And Raycar's found Chronicle. A double dip back in. It's Alpha to trade out, but now a 4v3. Leo down low, Alpha and Durka looking for the next steps, but this post plant's ratty. It's nasty to try and break. Layer upon layer, and Nats is the first. Perfect work from Nats. Oh, and a perfect close. Gorgeous from Nats now, showing his real value in these late rounds.
And the approach here is to, I think, commit towards the retake from the get-go. They want to play the Nightfall, they want to make use of the decay and commit to that. Like I said, statistically, you look at the veto, there's very few gaps for Fnatic, but even here with this map score, it's defying the statistics, to be honest with you.
It certainly is.
Showstopper back in hand now for Liquid. Only the pit to work with for Fnatic. 3 away from the lockdown though already. Great progress back into that.
Okay, where's the change up, Fnatic? Show me what you're going to do now. Does Chronicle try and hold this? Yeah, it looks a little different already.
Poison's off.
That's on the other side of the map, still cautious as ever, feeling maybe haunted from that horrific game not too long ago, and Durka's going to take the space. They're giving him so much to play with if he wants it. He does have the support from Leo as well. Paint shell in, sees there. They're in danger. Didn't take as much damage as expected. Keep himself standing. But that's early pressure again.
There.
Once again, Liquid holding just outside of this. Look for a combo here with the Snake Bite and the Showstopper potentially, but
They're gone.
yeah.
Long gone, yeah. Safe can backfill the space a little. Maybe send it in blind, but beyond that, you're just going to walk into the blender. Durka there at the helm of it all. Boaster with a good trade as well, takes out Yampy, so even with Soulcast drawing blood, it really doesn't matter much. Fnatic all too aware now. Regaining a little composure on this map.
And the problem being there's been such a lack of focus that this is a big question mark.
30 seconds
So
left.
late on in the half for Liquid to try and rely on. It comes through here in a round where it burns up a huge ultimate. And I hate to say it, but they almost learn nothing from it. There's no vivid picture of how they're holding A site. Durka are able to peel away so quickly.
10 seconds left.
Say, Alpha's probably the one you don't want to give a kill to, but
Doesn't get away, he doesn't get away. There's no getting away. Okay, plant, and that's about all she wrote there. But I'm still worried about this A presence, right? If I'm looking at it from like a Liquid
well,
perspective.
Liquid, seemingly.
Yeah, apparently not.
Like I said, this is almost unthinkable this late on in the half to now try and roll the dice on some of these attempts to retake the space early or even take it away from Fnatic, because the reclearances have not been good from Liquid at all.
No. I just feel like it's fundamentally flawed, and that's what's worrying me.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this isn't even a conditioning factor. Like I said, Liquid have been so hesitant, so cautious of not giving away a first blood, and I think maybe that is the element of Nats being punished there time and time again the other day, but you can't leave it this late with this many buy rounds that have gone through to now start exploring, because it's unknown territory, uncharted territory.
You just don't get that wiggle room to try and kind of navigate through it, right? You can't sit there and discuss and maybe come up with a concept that you'd like to run.
I mean, the other side of it as well, Liquid don't even really benefit on any paranoia of alert coming through rubble. Because there's been a lack of presence, Fnatic have all the freedom.
Yeah, carte blanche, do what you want. We've seen it. How many times has Durka and Leo just kind of gone those deeper fact-finding missions? Okay, cool, C's nade, maybe we get something for it, maybe we don't. Okay, if we don't, we've still got the Showstopper we fancy. Push all the way up, take all that space. You don't want to let these players have their way to that extent. So now the problem is Liquid have to try and either fight for it back, which may be the plan, and going in blind to it.
Still got cash in the bank though. Only Redgar's TP to work with. Fnatic getting closer and closer to another ult cycle here. A couple of crucial ones. The pit available for Chronicle, 2 off the lockdown, 1 off the Showstopper for Durka. And that's it, the response looks like now Liquid want to try and explore this space. Redgar commits to the TP. It's a little unorthodox here.
There.
potential to catch somebody off guard.
And how
Boaster
much-
seems aware of it though.
Yeah, Boaster's going. He's gone for a little bit of a look. Oh, the timing!
He turned for the
He tried to help out Leo. He tried to help Leo on the side, who was so isolated, but the timing for Redguard was perfect, and it was appalling for Boaster on the other. He seemed like he was considering that TP.
He was literally, he was scanning all of spawn. It's only when he turns to pop the smoke, I think on the back of Leo calling for it. The decay catches as well.
Oh my word. Liquid, what is this take?
I mean, Liquid pull it out of the bag.
Yeah, and now you got Redguard in this, but Redguard can slip away. He doesn't need to overdo this either. He's going to, but he doesn't need to. He's done his work. That's basically forced them into a save. You know, Durka maybe can do some damage on the way out, lock him in on the site at best, but that was beautifully done.
Yeah.
I mean, a little unfortunate, I guess it depends which way you look at it. Unlucky for Boaster in the timing then, but also credit to Liquid for seemingly facing their fears and finally taking the site.
Well, I think this is a perfect read as well. Fnatic almost expecting a pace change elsewhere on the map. It's the first time you don't see Durka and Leo really commanding this early space.
No.
Oh, wow.
One enemy
I didn't spot
remaining.
Nats for a second then.
Yeah.
That only happens in NA. Not here. But yeah, it's beautiful from Liquid. Talking about it being unknown territory. They're happy to... Fully committed as well. It's the first time you've seen more than 2 or 3 people. The timing
looking-
is...
Oh. I'm a little heartbroken.
yeah,
for him.
that's tough.
He's trying to be the good teammate, help out Leo, who's isolated. Sure, it makes sense, but great timing, I guess, if you're Redguard to go hunting for that as well. Wow, okay, 10-11 game back on here.
Look at the boom to the economy
Yeah.
though, for Liquid.
Still waiting.
They can afford to play out a couple of scrappy rounds here. Maybe build back towards some of these ults. I think Fnatic still with the upper hand in that regard, yes, but they come into this with rifles and a judge in the hands of Boaster. With set up towards C as well. Looking to bait Liquid into the blender.
Where's this one off to?
This is going towards Rubble. This is almost kind of a fake to say that, yeah, we're set up outside A.
Yeah, Soulcast throwing in a Prowler towards it. I like he's actually clearing it himself as well, putting a body behind the utility.
Oh, God.
Right. Well.
Boaster's like, I've got one. MP doesn't follow through though.
Okay. So this is nice. He's kind of acting like basically an alarm bot at this point. No one's pushed behind that little show of force. Paranoia's okay. Gonna force the early util though.
Yeah, it burns a lot. We'll buy a little bit of time for the
Yeah.
rotation to come through. That guy's got to be careful. I mean,
30
This
he's
seconds.
actually slipped through.
He has, but I'm pretty sure Chronicle saw him. The shot's fantastic. And Boaster's made it there in time. Spams away.
I got the spike.
That's got him too. Leaving just one with Liquid now. And wow, okay, Fnatic find that one back in.
All right, I thought it was going to be a blender with the util, but it's Boaster actually slipping back behind this push.
Spirit is cracking.
They find massive value with the judge. Beautifully done. I thought they pulled the trigger a little early, to be
Same.
honest with you.
Same.
It was just on the back of the boom bot. But it's enough here to buy a little bit of time for Boaster to reposition. They ain't pretty, but it gets the job done.
And it's funny because I actually liked what Liquid are trying to do, show that presence over towards the other side of the
Yeah,
map,
beautiful,
kind of
yeah.
push and pull. It just
I mean, that's what that lineup actually cuts down the rotation time massively.
Speaking of,
Yeah,
hello. Durka's angle.
Toxins going up.
he's not watching this though.
No, he is not. But he adjusts quick enough. That's got the better of him this time. Durka goes down. Maybe a little confidence booster for Nats there.
With that orb going up, I'm not sure why both members of Fnatic there, Leo and Durka, are committed towards peeking the right side of Rubble. Again, almost the victims of their own success or their own freedom early on in this
Yeah.
half.
Placing swarm grenade.
Easy to kind of
Swarm
rest on
grenade
your
out.
laurels a little bit when you
Yeah,
have
a little bit of
tested.
complacency, honestly.
Leo's going to hear these steps. He's going to certainly hear the door. And now he's in danger. Caught by Tree. Counter spam, hoping for the best. But gets the worst. Soulcast.
Like 3 people mag dump into
Yep.
him.
Just not much more you're meant to do with that. And by all accounts, they've done this perfectly, right? They've taken down Durka initially, they've
pulled the
punished
rotation,
Leo.
finally.
This is it, and now you've got Redguard with all this space available.
30 seconds
Should be able
left.
to drift in freely. Obviously, he doesn't know how well they've succeeded, so you still have to be cautious about it, wait for the rest of the team, but absolutely brilliant approach from Liquid. They've done the perfect kind of a little bit of a fake, a little bit of something, show a little bit of presence, and then pull the rotation.
Last few rounds have looked better than the entire half, to
Spike
be honest with you, in
planted.
terms of the approach. Fnatic will give this one up. Oh, Alpha looked as if he was going to. I mean, Chronicle's a million miles away from this one.
All right.
One and done for Alpha. Again, Boaster and Chronicle at 750 and 900 credits. They're going to be wanting to maintain as best they can. At least here a chance to have a chat while this round concludes. But yeah, been very impressed actually with Liquid getting some of these rounds back under control. So it didn't feel like there was, you know, bigger picture-wise, a very robust plan in place.
No, now seeing this a couple of times, I'm happy enough with it, even with the one just prior going wrong to an extent. The fact they're able to do it now. Uh-oh. Okay, that's
Boaster should be
can they
able
still
to.
get a buy?
Well, I was going to say you can buy a Guardian or something, but it's actually going to be a judge. I said the important thing as well, it's happened in a way that now forces an adjustment from Fnatic.
Yeah.
Because it hasn't been considered previously, and Fnatic have had no resistance whatsoever. We keep referencing this freedom. Now actually it warrants a response from Fnatic. Not necessarily to address it, but I'm not seeing any change.
Stopper is here for Durka though, so this gets quite
Maybe
unnerving.
This is the way to address it.
Yeah, high amounts of pressure here. Full investments of utility behind it, but no drastic push. But talk about pressure, similar scenes on the other side. They're taking space quickly, trying to avoid some of that setup, but Alpha's going to find safe. Turns around, looks to the right, spotted another coming up towards C. He's now on red alert. Chronicle's by his side, and they're buying a little bit of time. Yagi just got caught as well. This is going very well for Fnatic. Winning out the extremities. Big fight for Nats, though. Messy, but it works.
He's got a pit.
He's got to be careful to not get isolated here, but there's the lockdown as well. Do they try and push in time? This Alpha's getting interested. Hello.
There's still so much time though, Lauren.
They are backing. Slowly but surely they are backing. And Soulcast got caught, but sells them a tail, sells them a picture. They're trying to quickly pivot. Nightfall comes in, almost herding them away from that B side. Gonna note them both. Redguard has to just chill for a second. He hasn't got much HP to play with, so
Has
give
to
it a
wait for the
moment.
decay.
And the cross is being watched. Alpha's been here, divide. Gonna go up.
Enemy remaining.
That's Redguard going down, and it's all on Nats. He's got his pit, and he's got 25 seconds. Oh dear, there's a showstopper coming in.
Oh my god.
Surely the showstopper. Oh, it's Durka with a showstopper, and it's mapped